is on. Oh, God. Oh, wow. They sent me a fucking notification. That's new. Which one of my stalker fans is here? Yep. The guy always comes in, downloads the video, and leaves every fucking day. Fucking weirdo. Like, I don't think my stalkers ever leave the house. It's so fucking weird. Okay. Oh. Week one of getting ready to start training, and everything hurts. I hate it. I fucking hate it. But I'm here. I'm gonna do the thing. For no other reason than to prove to myself I can, because I'm a sadistic fuck. I'm masochistic, what is it? Yeah, that one. Blah, 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 fuck, ass, dick. Okay. Hi! Just tuning my guitar here. I just got here. Thank you. Hopefully it stays that way. Okay, let's see what Jam Roulette gives us tonight. What did we leave off last night? I don't know. We were drunk playing like grindcore. Should we start with that weird guy's channel? The fucking AI. I'm too nice. I'm not very nice. I'm good, but I'm not nice. I'm kind of an asshole. But if you're not an asshole, I'm pretty good to you. But I'm not a nice guy. That's like a used car salesman, you know? Like, nice is the guy that's like, you know, fucking you and you're trying to like buy a car. Let's see, where should we start? Dark heavy metal backing track in C minor. Oh, thank you. It's really a kung fu channel, but I just don't care. Yeah, it's actually pretty fucking cool. This is a Nexus, and the reason I got this is because I'm kind of fucking have the tism, And when I do like orchestral shit, and I use it just plugs and plays. You don't have to set anything up. You know, you just plug it into the DAW, and it already like tells the DAW what to do. The sliders and the buttons automatically work because, you know, I don't want to deal with that shit. That sucks. I like dwarf wrestling, like when I go 4 against a full normal man. That's kind of hot. Are there like female dwarfs or just normal dwarfs? I mean, you know, it's a pink moon tonight. You know, it's okay to be gay. If you like male dwarfs wrestling, I mean, it's fine by me, you know. But like those little pocket rocket chicks, you know what I mean? You just put them in your pocket and you're like, I'm okay with that. Oh, you play piano? Yeah. You have like a real piano then, right? I don't like. I went to school for music. I had to play piano there. And I broke my hand, so I can like play basic shit because if I need to record something. But like, I'm not a pianist. Like, I haven't, you know, I don't practice piano anymore or anything like that. Like, if I really had to read something, I'd be able to go. But I can play chords. I can play scales. You know, so if I need to do shit. All male encounter. Yeah. Okay. Well. It's the pink moon tonight, man. You know, it's just okay. It's okay to be gay. It's fine with me. You know? I'm just wondering if you're pitching a catch in, like, the little midget squad. Okay, let's find something else. B minor? B minor. I only have one eye, so it's not exactly easy to read. Whoa. Hold on a second. I got 4 likes. 5? Wow, thank you. I'm popular. It's so not right. I'm just going to repeat over and over and over and over and over again for 4 minutes. I can't do it. I need something with choruses. What's my favorite song? My favorite song ever is probably Bach Concerto for 4 harpsichords in A minor. That's my favorite song ever. The Bach Concerto for 4 harpsichords in A minor. And the reason for that is because that was like the very first epic rap battle of history. Because Bach was pissed at Vivaldi and basically rewrote his shit and just shit all over it, and it was epic. It was like the most epic diss in history. So that's probably my most favorite musical piece. My favorite song is actually one that I wrote. We're gonna be honest, because I'm a fucking weirdo and I write music just so I can listen to it. Is this one? So that's my favorite song. If you want to know the truth. It's my favorite because I wrote it. It's mine. Okay, what's this shit? Whatever, some shit. Nice to meet you. Have a good night. Some more whiskey. My fucking brain's fucking not awake yet. I was in the sun all day long. And the problem with the AI tracks is that when you have the harmonies, you have to find the spot in the middle, and I'm not warmed up for that. I'll make it happen, though. I just need to get warmed up before I can fucking slap in between fucking 3 harmonies and shit. My brain will fry. my brain's turning on. It takes a minute. You know, I was in the fucking sun all day. We're trying to find a note in between all the other notes. You know, it's like, get the thing I'll warm up with. Itchy, 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 itchy. Oh god, itchy, itchy, itchy. my fucking music. Okay, at least they put up in the end. A lot of things of that. haven't seen you in a minute, bro. I'm trying to fucking fight the AIs. What's going on? How you doing, Dan? I'm fucking getting my ass kicked by AI. That's what's going on. I'm fucking getting my ass kicked while I'm sober. Is it like time to see some aliens? Yeah, right? Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon today on April Fool's. On a pink moon. If you believe any of this shit, I have a bridge in China that goes to Brooklyn I can sell you. Okay? If you believe any of this shit, I got a nice bridge in China that goes right to Brooklyn. It's kind of fucked up today. It's itching. It's bothering me, but it sucks. But, you know, I can see things. Like, I can see shapes. I can almost read some letters if they're close. So it's getting better. It's just really slow. And it's like itching, like because they cut in hot here, I guess. And like, it just like fucking. Today's been like a rough day. It's like itching like a motherfucker. I want to like put my hand inside of it and scratch it, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're just going to drink some whiskey and not scratch our eye out. How's Canada? Are you guys defecting to America anytime soon? Yeah, it's not good. I've had better days, you know, but it's not bad, you know. It could be worse. There's a pink moon right now. It doesn't mean it's literally pink. It's just called a pink moon. It's a full moon on April. It's the beginning of spring. And some kind of like fucking whatever the fuck. But, you know, I wouldn't be surprised, you know, like, I said, like, between March 20th and April 1st is when they're going to, like, change the next thing, you know? And I wouldn't be, and honestly, the next, like, 18 weeks, man, it's going to be weird. It's going to be weird, bro. Karma's coming. A lot of people get in a lot of trouble. The crowd is going to be... Over FIFA? Oh, God. Yeah, you should be worried. Fucking soccer people are fucking crazy. Hi, Appa. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? Yeah, soccer people are fucking nuts, bro. I don't want to be around the soccer people. I can't. I just don't care about anybody that watches the sports balls. You know, I don't mind, like, you know, watching a game once in a while if you're at a bar or whatever. But, like, to me, it's like, why do you pick a team? Like, if you play, for instance, like, you know, if I play a sport that I played when I was a kid, I played football, you know, I like playing the game. But if I watch the game, I'm not watching it to see if my team wins. I'm like, okay, that guy fucking caught the ball. That was cool. That guy threw the ball. That was cool. Like, it's like, all right. I don't get humans. You know? March is over. No. 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 Sorry, friend. No. It's not going to work like that. In fact, it's going to get fucking weird. Because it's karma season. You know, like, this is what's happening. Like, from moon to moon, and then the Mercury retrograde, and then all the weird planet stuff. And then, you know, the sun moving back, you know, like, all the light will be shown on the things. And, bro, there's a lot of fucking chickens coming home to roost, bro. A lot of bad shit's about to be exposed, man. It's going to be fucking wild. You're going to see people going to jail, fucking all kinds of crazy shit. Like, it's already started, you know, but, like, it's going to be weird. You know, I mean, I think the war thing will calm down. There'll be, like, ups and downs, but it's not going to be like, you know, what people thought it was. But then I just expect a lot of like exposure to happen. You know, it's gonna be crazy. Because we're already at a point, like, you know, it's like people are already like looking behind the curtain. But some bad shit about to come out, bro. Bad shit, especially for like the whole fucking like liberal fucking weirdo regime thing. I don't know, man. There's gonna be a lot of people going to jail or some other bad shit. Like big people, and it's gonna be bad. And like honestly, the only way to save the fucking world is like they have to just like literally go and do like a fucking like commie fucking conviction fucking Holocaust or something like that. Like the militaries have to go out and like arrest 100,000 people. You know, it's so insane. And then the aliens. Let's not forget the aliens. And everybody said it was fucking crazy. All said it was fucking crazy. Now they're talking about the fucking hybrid fucking alien DNA. Oh God, bro. Between now and like August, you can hear about the aliens. I think this whole moon thing is just fucking, you know, you can't go to the fucking moon, bro. You can get the fuck out of here. Go to the moon. Go to the moon. Fucking retards. People really believe that shit. Like, imagine this. That's what my mom about to say. Like, in the fucking, it was 1950, 60, what the fuck it was, they said they went to the moon and they made a phone call to the president from the moon. And he's on a rotary phone, bro. He's on the phone that goes click, 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 click. You can't even get a radio station when you pass a building. And you're telling me this motherfucker made a call on a rotary phone? Fuck out of here. People are so fucking stupid. Oh yeah, I know about Bashar. Well, you mean the actor or his channeled fucking alien being? Hello and good day. See, the problem, people, they look at him for predictions, and that's not going to work well, because a channeled being isn't always a psychic fucking future predicting being. Yeah, I've known about Shaw for like 10, 20 years, you know? When I started training, my master said specifically stay away from that, because once you start talking to, they don't shut up. So I don't deal in the channeling thing, because my master forbid it. He said, when the spirits are talking to you, ignore them, because then you'll be fucking like that guy and they won't shut up. You know? And I don't want to be that guy, so I never got into it. Besides, look how much trouble I got for being psychic. You know? Like how much trouble we got in already. Can you imagine if I go, I'm speaking to the Zelda curricula people, man. Like that would be it for me, bro. You know, it's bad enough I predict world events in a day. Can you imagine if I start speaking to the aliens, man? Are you fucking kidding me, bro? I want nothing to do with that. Yeah, some of the stuff he's saying is legit and some of it I don't trust. Because, you know, those fucking aliens are just demons, bro. Like a lot of them are just fucking demons. Like, you know, what I see is that, and I always talk about, like, you know, if you do Tai Chi, the Tai Chi symbol is a sine wave. You turn sine waves. Maybe it's safer. No, dude, I don't. Definitely not. You know, like, how many people turned on me and, like, you're crazy, you're schizophrenic, you're this, you're that, you're like, I'm like, okay. And then everything I say happens exactly how I said it. No, you're just smart. Oh, you're just lucky. Like, over 900 times, I'm just lucky. People pay me for this shit. I used to do readings all the time for people. And, like, you know, fucking part of a government experiment, secret program that doesn't exist on paper anywhere, and I was fucking exiled. And now they're trying to fucking... Yeah. No, that wouldn't help anybody. The reason why I was able to save so many people is because they know You know, the people that listen know I'm not fucking bullshitting them. I'm too much of an asshole to lie. And I'm always right. I'll tell you one thing: the aliens are afraid of me. I'll tell you. I wish I could tell you a little story about that one. The aliens are afraid of me. God, I can't. Give me 1 second. Okay, I fixed. All fixed. Yeah, but yeah. Those little fucking midget gray people, they're afraid of me. Because I'm a fucking 900-foot tall fucking firing demon. You know. I mean, to them anyway. Yeah, I had a little incident. A little incident, and they're like a collective hive mind. And apparently, in the astral plane, we look a lot different. It's worse than that. This shit is so fucking bizarre. It's so bizarre, right? If I can't even tell you things I know, but it's the more you learn, the more bizarre it gets, and the more you have to laugh at the chaos that this is reality. The games that are being played. It's you call it a spiritual war, whatever, but like metaphysics is just it's metaphors for science that people understand. That's all it is. And people with low IQs and small minds, who are in the system, who are fucking agents of the Matrix, there's no point of explaining it to them. I mean, you end up like... No, it's just... How do I explain it? Imagine, like, for instance, you're on internet, right? And you have my channel. And then you go to another channel. Our channels don't mesh. If you're on my channel, you're not going to see some other fucking jerk off channel at the same time, right? So there's like a carrier wave, and the wave, and like you're resonating at a certain frequency. Like people know about Buddhism, they don't know anything about real Buddhism. Everybody, all these Tai Chi masters, they talk about Buddhism, they have no idea about real Buddhism. They have no idea. They all read the fucking bullshit quotes. They fucking Siddhartha and they think the fat belly fucking Chinese guy's a Buddha. They don't know anything. They just read the quotes on fucking Pinterest, whatever the fuck it is. Real Buddhism is fucking brutal, and the Buddhas can walk through walls and fucking like put their hand. Nothing is solid. It's crazy. Like my master, when I lived with him for a while, I was training in 2000. I was doing medical qigong with him and doing the Buddhist thing, and his prayer room. He had 218 volumes of the sutras from the Buddhists. That in Chinese, the words were like this big, and he didn't have all of them. It was like shit that was just like quantum physics and all kinds of crazy shit that they do not put out. Like real Buddhism is intense, bro. It's intense shit. Yes, like Buddha, because people don't know what Buddhism is. They think like the Buddha, like the heart, the guy, the Prince Buddha. He was like the only Buddha. He's like a god. It's not Buddhism. I don't subscribe to any of that. I started off with the samurai shit. I went to Zen and Chan and Pure Land Buddhism, but I was with my master for 2 years, and the stuff that it was, bro. I can just tell you, I've seen some shit that I'm not willing to discuss online because I'm already in too much trouble. But I'll tell you one thing: when you do the Pure Land chants, they show up, and it's not something you when you do it for real and you're doing the practice. It's not. It's you don't. There's no mistaking it. There is no mistaking it. When you learn the real shit, there is no mistaking it. Like you know they're there. Like you're doing the chants and you hear them. And it's not just you, it's other people around you. And you see like the fucking room change colors and fucking, it's weird. Weird things happen. You see glowing monks and crazy shit. That like if I talked about it, people are like, ah. But here's the thing. If you live a life where you're putting poison in your body all the time, like part of the reason why I drink, not only because I don't take any medication, so it's pain medication, but it's also to turn down some of that stuff because like it gets like hectic when you're vibrating like this zzz all the time. It's a lot, and you the same way people like deal with demons. There's like angelic fucking beings that are like interdimensional fucking ancient beings, and they don't fuck around. they're not fucking around, bro. But everything is, the best way to explain this to you is everything is sound. Like the guitar, for instance, this is like a fucking holy instrument. This is like prayer meditation stuff. This is like, this is like quantum physics going on. People don't understand. There's like crazy math and shit. But everything's sound waves. So if you look at the yin yang, you do Tai Chi, right? You see the yin yang, and you turn it sideways, it's a sine wave. Everything is waves and sound. And when you understand that, you understand how like acoustic physics works, and you relate that to everything, things start to make sense. Things start to make a lot of sense. Like why you can't, these like, hybrid interdimensional aliens they talk about, you can't see them because you're vibrating a certain frequency, right? This is a channel. You can't see them because you're vibrating. But if you were to change the vibration, like all the DMT people, the fucking weirdos do that DMT drugs, and they all see the same shit. How is it that 1 million people across the fucking world, they all see the machine elves? Like, like what the fuck is that about? Because they put something in their body that makes this machine tune to different frequencies, so their observer consciousness sees the same thing. Because they're all tuned to that frequency. So when you have these fucking demonic people, like, the people that say they're Jews but they're not Jews, I make that really clear. When I say like, like they say they're Jews but they're not. They worship demons, okay? These are not Jewish people. These are people who worship demons. They're Catholic people that worship demons. They're Muslim people. The Muslims have a whole subculture of people that they're Islamic that they worship fucking jinn. And it's hardcore. This is going on for a long time and nobody talks about this stuff. You don't see it on the internet. I'm telling you, it's serious shit. And people in the Muslim community, they don't, but I'm telling you 100%, they worship the fucking demons. They deal with demons all the time. It's easier to deal with demons and low-level entities because you're putting death in your body, eating meat, fucking doing bad shit, and having bad intentions all the time. So it's easier to vibrate there. And then you watch TV, and what are they feeding you? Because those people control it. They're feeding you more of that shit. So you're constantly locked in this low resonance. So you're not going to see it. You're not going to see any of this stuff. People are like, oh, God. Of course God doesn't exist to you because you're living in the exact opposite frequency. So I have to switch on it. Nicholas has to talk about how you want, if it doesn't, you would turn. Yes, exactly. Okay, Nikola Tesla first. So let's deal with Nikola Tesla first. He used to channel stuff, and people don't talk about this. He was a fucking weirdo, and he would talk about like how he like channeled a lot of the ideas. You know what I mean? Everything is frequency, exactly. Like and that's who they repress. Anybody who talks about this stuff. That's why I'm very careful what I say, because I try to help as many people as I can. But you can't say certain things. I mean, there's certain things I can't say because it would be dangerous for people to know, and there's certain things you can't say because it's dangerous for me to tell you. So that's the thing. And you definitely should learn a musical instrument. Okay? And let me tell you something. You're probably not tone deaf. Okay? Tone deaf is where, like, if I play a note, say, and you can go, and just try to see if you can match the note. I taught music. I used to work in it. I've only met one tone deaf person my entire life. I used to work these swinger parties and fucking fetish parties, and there's one guy, nicest guy in the world. His name was we used to call him Hollywood, and we did a karaoke. I used to have this private loft on 34th Street in Manhattan, and we did the karaoke night there. I've never in my life, in all my years, heard someone who's actually tone deaf. It was the worst. It was like fucking a cat getting fucked with a mallet, while scraping a chalkboard. It was the most horrible sounds I've ever heard come from a human being. But everybody was being so nice, they couldn't tell him he was like that terrible. I've never seen anybody that was actually that tone deaf. It's one thing like you can't sing well, but you're kind of close. This was like the worst I've ever seen. You can't be that deaf. Okay, so you can match it, right? And you can hear. So then you're not tone deaf. Most people are not tone deaf, You know what I mean? Most people aren't tone deaf. Like they really don't know what that means. I've taught a lot of people music, at least well over a couple hundred, because I used to do group lessons, and in the early days I had students all over the world when my band was big. This was when MySpace days. I had fucking students in India and Japan and fucking Russia, all over the place. And then at fucking Sam Ash, I would do groups between 20 and 40 people sometimes, So I've never met anyone that's actually tone deaf. Hollywood. He was fucking the most horrible. It was bad. I was embarrassed. And I was like, why isn't anybody telling him? Someone should tell him. And everybody would just give each other the look. Yeah, it was really good, Holly. Good job. And it was like, no one could say anything. But yeah. Everybody should play music. Listen, first of all, if you do Tai Chi, you have to play an instrument. You have to do art. Because the 5 excellences. You have to do fucking martial arts, medicine, philosophy, some kind of fucking science, and art. So to be a master of the 5 excellences, you have to do it, So either draw or play music. I mean, I think, drawing is cool. It's kind of the same thing, but music is a language, and drawing is cool, but it's not the same. Because music, it's because you talk in emotional egregores, like archetypes. It's important. You don't have to be good at it. For instance, honestly, guitar is the easiest instrument to pick up and be able to play stuff and play music. You know what I mean? Because you only need to learn you can learn 1 power chord, or you can learn 5 cowboy chords and play 100 songs. And it's the easiest thing to pick up. Piano, it's the easiest one to learn how it works, but it's harder to make it sound good. You go to a fucking party with guitar, and you do some bullshit everybody thinks you're God. Wow, you play guitar! You know what I mean? So there's no excuse not to play an instrument. It's just laziness. You definitely should pick up an instrument. And also, it's good for the hemispheres of your brain. So I definitely recommend it as part of Kung Fu training. Also, if you're a martial artist, you got to be able to play music and dance if you really want to be a good fighter. If you don't have that sense of rhythm and timing, it's difficult. You have to have you have to practice rhythm. Laying around the house, but here's the thing. There's no properly to me means you learn the fundamental mechanics of how the instrument works without hurting yourself. So the first thing like everyone skips over is like how to properly hold a guitar biomechanically. You know what I mean? Which is like you see how like I'm sitting on the guitar and I don't have to hold it? Like most people they'll play the guitar like this, and even professionals that play like this, you know? And it leads to fucking problems. You wind up hurting yourself. I mean, so that's the most important thing is like if you're gonna learn properly, learn proper body mechanics. Like how do I hold the guitar? How do I hold the pick? How do I do it so I don't hurt myself? After that, there really is no properly. It's depending on what your goal is. Like, what do you want to do? Like, for me, I was a little kid. I always knew I was going to fucking teach martial arts, play music, and be a doctor. And I wound up being a doctor in a roundabout way because, I wound up doing Chinese fucking medicine stuff. I was either me or my sister go to medical school. I let my sister go. Yeah. And I wound up fucking running a medical school for 2 years. I got free medical school for 2 years because I ran the fucking medical school. So I wound up doing that, and then I lived fucking a Chinese fucking doctor. Qigong, used to do fucking China Qigong. So I learned push bone make right. I asked him, what is this called? Because he always used Taiwanese. I spoke Cantonese at the time. And he spoke Taiwanese. I didn't understand a fucking word he was saying half the time. I go, what is it? He goes, you push bone make right. Push bone make right. So I got sidetracked, sorry. Push bone make right. Thank you, Sifu. Push bone makes right. Push the bone make right. But I got sidetracked. Sorry. But yeah, it depends on what you like. You know what I mean? But you can. The thing that's so great about YouTube is you can find so many lessons, but you'll get sucked in. I learned how to play through 3 books. There was no fucking internet. Like, we had internet, but it was trash. You know what I mean? 1996, there was a fucking internet. There was internet, but like, what was there? Fucking AOL or something? Or fucking, there was IRC. It was like bullshit. You know what I mean? And I'll show you right now if you want. I'll teach you how to fucking, I'll give you a lesson right now for free. I'll hook you up. I really just came on to drink today and fucking, because my body hurts and I wanted to just practice a little bit. But I'll give you a free lesson. Grab your guitar. Let me know when you got your guitar, and I'll hook you up. We'll do some fucking... I'll play this one song while you get your guitar. What's this one? then I'll hook you up. Okay, let me get to that part. Okay, so first thing you have to know is how to hold the fucking thing. What kind of guitar you have? An acoustic? Like an old acoustic piece of shit, like a country guitar? So I use a yoga block to put my foot on, okay? You can take your right foot and turn it sideways and put your left foot on top of it if you don't have something to put your foot on. But you want something that's about like 4 inches high, okay? And if you look at the guitar, most guitars are shaped in a way that it sits on your leg. So it's literally built so that it hooks onto your leg. And what you want to do is have the horn, rest, so this leg traps the body, and it's relaxed. I'm not doing anything crazy, right? And I find a place where it just sits. I don't think about it. So the first thing you have to learn how to do is balance the guitar so you don't have to think about it. So that you can just sit there and just chill. Because if you can't do this and the guitar's fucking sliding all over the place, your life's going to be fucking miserable. And that's the thing I think most people don't get, is that it's an acoustic. So it's going to be even easier with an acoustic because it's much bigger. So if you look at the side, I'll do it sideways, you can see, the guitar's kind of angled towards me, okay? You don't have to have the guitar flat. You know what I mean? Even though it's good, but it's like about 10 to 15 degrees. It doesn't have to be a lot, okay? But it needs to be slightly slanted. And that helps you keep the guitar in balance. It's probably like 10 degrees. It's not a lot. But the horn, or for the acoustic guitars, the top round part is going to sit on your chest. And this foot's slightly elevated. And then that horn wraps on this leg. And then this leg stops the back from slipping. So you just sit comfortable so that you can find a spot where the guitar just hangs out. Because you don't want to need to use a strap. You don't want to have to do anything with your hands. I should be able to, You're right-handed? So I'm ambidextrous. I write with my left hand, but my right hand is more powerful. So I decided to play guitar right-handed. So I'm playing a right-handed guitar right now. Okay? So right-handed guitar, pick goes in your right hand. Okay? The first fucking thing you gotta be able to do is can you have the guitar sit on your body without you doing anything? Now this is the classical position, and the cool thing about the classical position is if you learn classical position, when you put a strap on, you just stand up and it's the same fucking thing. And if you have to solo, you just put your belly out a little bit. And it's this exact same fucking thing. Problem is if you learn to play like a retard cowboy style, and then you put a strap on, now the guitar's over here. So most people don't take the time to learn how to do this the right way, and this is always my first lesson. Yes. Now, there's people you can do it without it being raised higher. I can do it just like that, but it's much better if the left leg is raised about 4 inches. But what is this? About 4 inches, I guess. Was it maybe 3? 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4 inches. That's what I do. But when you don't have a block, you take your right foot and turn it sideways and put your left foot over it. And you just put the side of your foot on the ground. And that'll work also. It's not exactly great, but you can put your foot on anything. Okay, you can get a fucking, a couple of books. It's gonna be a difference. So your right leg, you see the little button where you put the strap on, or the back of the guitar. If you don't have an acoustic, peppers have this. Some do, some don't. But you want the back of the body, it stops it from going down. See if I can get in the camera more. See what I mean? So it can't go this way. It can't go down because my leg's in the way. And it can't go back because my chest is in the way. So I have it trapped in 3 places. but it's just gravity doing it. And if you can't get the guitar to do this without you holding it, then you're going to have problems. And that's the first problem with most people playing guitars, that they don't want to learn the proper way to sit. And they'll start playing like this, and then they're learning to play, and they're spending most of the time in the tense. And then even professional players do this, and they wind up with fucking tendonitis and bad fucking problems. Like, you see how fast I play, how long I play, and how crazy my shit is? I've never had an injury. And, like, you know? Because I used karate in the beginning to make the body mechanics. So the idea is that you have to be able to not fucking do anything. If you have to fight the instrument to just hold it, forget it. You're already at a fucking loss. So the first thing I always tell people is get really comfortable where you find the spot and you can just hang out and talk. Does that make sense? So I can just do whatever I can do. See, now I can move my hands around, the guitar's not moving. Right? And then that about 10-degree angle, that gives me pretty much everything I need to be natural articulation. Does that make sense? You got that part? So you're guessing I'm going to take... It takes the first 1 to 3 days, you know what I mean? It takes about 20 minutes to really get the position. But after you get the position, it takes about 3 days of you doing it before it feels like, oh, I don't have to worry about it anymore. 28 days, you never think about it again. You know what I mean? Like, I literally just throw the guitar up and just you know, I've been doing this my whole fucking life. It's whatever. But if it was the one fucking lesson, if you're starting instrument, I'm saying learn how to hold the thing the right fucking way. Guitars are designed to be in this position. You know what I mean? And if you don't do that, it's just sliding. At first, this is what happens. It just slides. First, it's going to go like this, and then it's going to go like this, and it's going to go like this. It just slides. So until you find the balance point. Same thing like doing a wheelie on a motorcycle. It's a balance point. But my advice is that start the guitar, find the middle of your leg, and go a little bit behind the middle of your leg. So you don't want to be too far up. Right? So find the middle of the muscle of your leg and go just behind that. The guitar is facing this way, and then let it fall on your chest. And then you're going to find a spot where it doesn't slide. And that's the first thing. Yes, you see how it's literally on my chest. The horn, and the acoustic guitars is a round thing. Let me get my classical, because you have acoustic. I'll go my classical, you see what I'm talking about. Where the fuck did I put it? Here we go. So, just so you know I'm not bullshitting you, this is literally designed so that you can do this, right? And it finds a spot where it just hangs out. Once you rest your hand on it, it's really not going anywhere. Now, the acoustic's a little bigger, so you have to find a spot. Normally, I'll put it on the seat also, if I have a big enough seat, and then I'll let it rock on my body. You know? I haven't played guitar in forever. But you see what I'm talking about? So now I found the balance point. See what I mean? It takes a second, but when you find it, it's easier. And then when it's slightly angled towards you, you can see the dots, you can see the frets, you can see a little bit over the strings. And just, it's easier. See what I'm saying? No. You bring the guitar to you. Like, I hunch forward because I get a little like metal, but no. You want to get your body mechanics that you are in a neutral position where you're cool, where you don't feel anything. That's the whole point of this. If you can't get that, don't do anything else. And this is like, you know, people say, oh, you just play. Yeah, you can just play like this. You can do that, but you're going to be fighting yourself. If you learn this, and you can learn how to just chill, I don't need a strap, I can just hang out, I can drink whiskey, the guitar's not going anywhere. I'm not hunched forward, I'm standing up straight. Hey, what's up, bro? I'm shoot fish if you get the foot. So that's the idea. Like, if you can get that. On the acoustic guitar, you may want to push it a little bit more forward so that the ridge is a little bit more forward in the center of the leg. And just find the spot that's comfortable for you. So here's the center of my leg. I'm putting it over here because the guitar is bigger. You know, electric guitar, I bring it back more. Acoustic guitar, I have a little bit more forward. And I find the spot where it's like, okay, it's not sliding. See, there. And then I'm good. Make sense? I don't have any nails. The back, that means you're sitting like a fucking, you have 12 balls. If it's slipping off your leg, you're fucking hanging out like your balls are fucking 20 feet long. Go about like a little more than shoulder width. Right? And you have to play with it. And that's really what it is. Like, here's my shoulders. My feet are slightly wider than my shoulders. So I'm doing a squat, like a Slavic squat. And that position, if you get that, it just hangs out. And that's the secret to everything. Because if you can't do that and you're fighting the fucking instrument, everything's going to be miserable. So just learn how to do that. You see, there it is. Of course I'm right. I should teach this shit for a living. It's kind of like a bad mabu. It is a bad horse dance, but you see how it is like, my knees are slightly out, just about a little more than my shoulder width, and once you get it, it just balances. You got it. You see? Now once you get that feeling, it feels weird at first because you have this thing that you feel like it's gonna fall. It's the same as Tai Chi when you're in the Wuji posture and you find Zhongding. The guitar has zhongding, right? Where you find the central equilibrium. And central equilibrium is not a hard point. Central equilibrium is this wiggle. So when you do Tai Chi at a high level, you have this feeling that your body's not, it's like you're grounded, but your center is like this. It's like weird. That's zhongding. The guitar has that. And when you first feel it, it feels weird because the guitar gets like kind of like, it feels like it's floating. That's what I mean, you see? So now you got it. Okay, now you got the thing. So making sure the first month, the first couple of days, you make sure that this feeling is natural to you, where you can just hang out and type, and you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can move your back. Your body should not affect the instrument very much. Obviously, if I do something fucking ridiculous, but my spine should be neutral, I shouldn't feel like I'm hurting myself. Right? I can lean, I can grab my whiskey, and I can forget about the instrument. You have to be able to get to a position where you forget about the instrument. Because if you have to think about holding it, that's brain power. Does that make sense? So that's the first thing. Do you have a pick? Or do you have just your fingers? So, tuning, I don't know if you have a tuner. Tuning a guitar, most people don't know how to do that anymore. There's a lot of shit online of how to tune a guitar. I'm not going to teach that right now. You know what I mean? But you can do harmonics. You can learn how to like tune to the fifth fret, make the notes the same. Okay? Okay, fingers. Classical, you want to have your fingers parallel. Right? So you want to basically be like this. You're going to finger pick, you know? But you're probably not going to do that. So you can just think about your hand. If you have a pen in your hand, and you're just going to draw from your elbow. And then when you get the elbow down, wiggle your wrist. And then when you get that down, you can use your thumb. And you can put all those two together. That's the three main moves. The left hand, generally, the classical people, like, you have to keep your thumb behind the thing and all your fingers level. Fuck that, okay? You just need to be able to do what fucking works. As you go up the neck, and this is why I teach my dragon style Tai Chi, if you do this, let your hand hang and then bring your hand back, there's two natural articulations for your wrist and fingers. If you relax your hand, you get what we call a southern dragon, which is, it's nothing to do with dragon kung fu, it's a different thing. But the northern dragon and the southern dragon is what we call it in Tai Chi, okay? So when you flick your hand up and let it dead weight, you wind up in a dragon claw. If you stretch it, you have like a traditional dragon or tiger shape. And when you let your hand hang, you get this something called Southern Dragon, or it can be almost like an equal claw, right? So your hand wants to work like this. It doesn't want to be in a position like this with the hand straight. So as you go up the neck, it's okay to have your thumb above it. People will argue about that. When you want to bend strings using as a pivot, another thing I'll teach you is that when you want to bend a string, you pivot from your wrist and your elbow and your shoulder. Most people do it from the elbow, you should do it from your shoulder. There's another thing people don't get right, is that they'll bend the string and they'll bend from their fingers and their wrist or their elbow when you should bend from your shoulder. So it's like my elbow is this motion, right? So that's another thing. I don't think I can play that much because people will sleep in my house. Yeah, finger style is cool, you know? And there's a lot of, like, from that point, if you got this down, the next thing for you to do is go get a lesson how to tune a guitar and then learn, like, you know, basic chords. And you'll find a billion fucking lessons, bro. I learned with 3 books in a basement with a fucking $100 piece of shit guitar and like a fucking little amp. It was a piece of shit, okay? And you have the internet. So, but that's the main thing. And, you know, 10 years from now, you're going to think back on because if you actually stay with it, you'll understand what I mean. I wish someone taught me this lesson when I first started playing. Because the first couple of months, I did not learn this. And I was fighting the instrument. I'm like, oh God, you know, and I finally learned. I'm like, oh my God. Guitar Grimoire is not the best thing because like the way they chart the I didn't like that myself. Like I came up with another system for me. I mean, the Guitar Grimoire is great, but I think it's too overwhelming and some of the thing I don't agree with some of the stuff. But let me put this away 1 second. Like I have it, but I never use it. I know it's in here somewhere. I might have gave it away because I didn't like it. But I'm just breaking stuff, guys. Give me a second. Because of my fucking fat feet. Oh God, I'm acting like the fucking cat right now. So yeah. So now that you got that down, hold on, what were we got? So I only got one eye. I got. Yeah, the guitar. It does. You got to look at things like geometry and how the instrument's laid out. You know what I mean? And like I went to so I learned from 3 books. It was the Heavy Guitar Bible, was like all like blues bullshit. Al Di Meola's Chords and Scales, and fucking, oh my God, Alfred, to learn how to read, because I had to pass this fucking music exam. So, like in 8 months, I got enough to get into a fucking school from just 3 books. I got into school and nothing made fucking sense to me at all. I'm like, what the fuck is all trying? It doesn't make sense. And then I finally was like, these guys aren't smart than me. They're using stupid words and it doesn't make sense. So I just like sat there and tried to figure out like how everything was laid out. And there's like geometric progressions and shit. So, like the Grimoire teaches you the scales, you know what I mean? But there's different ways to go about it. I said, fuck this. I said, let's just look at it, the scales of function, and what does each note do? Because what music theory really is how people communicate analyzing music, what someone expects. There's 2 things about music theory. The first thing is to be able to talk about what we want to do. The second thing that's more important is to predict what someone is going to react, to elicit a response. So I know if I play an Ionian scale, a major scale, the person hears happy. Okay, why do they hear happy? Because their brain is always comparing something to the bass or the first note, the root note, right? The root. So if you hear this, the 7 notes, your brain hears this, and now from that note, it compares and says, well, that has a sound. And there's a musical language that everybody knows. It's like the one language everybody knows, like emotional language. So you know a major third sounds like a major third. Okay, fine. So every note has a function. So if you break down the notes to function, what do? So the first thing I said, okay, well, the 7 only fucking does one thing. It leads to fucking 1. Get rid of that. Right? So that's okay. Now we have a 6-note scale. Okay, now what do these notes do? And then I came up with a system which was basically this. I start with a minor scale, and then I go to the major scale. And between those two, you can play every single fucking progression there is, if you understand function. So you have 1, and I look at 1, 3, 6, 2, 4, 5, 7, and that's all of music is. It's all music. And that's how I'm able to play all these songs, because I'll look at, okay, we're in a minor key, right? We have 1, 3, and 6. They all work the same way. 6 is kind of like the odd brother of the 1 and 3. 2 and 4 work the same way, and 5 and 7 work the same way. You can break it down to just 2 chords. There's a 1, 3, 6 chord, and there's a 2, 4, 5, 7 chord. That's it. That's all music. There's nothing else. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, bro. And Dan, just sit with the guitar. I know it sounds corny because you're like, I want to play, but just sitting with the instrument and typing is a lesson. It sounds stupid, but you're gonna learn. You'll thank me later, because if you get this feeling where the guitar just hangs out and you're holding a baby, it's what it is. Your baby. It's why I always call this is my baby. I always say that. But once you get that, everything you do is going to be so much easier. You're not, I've saved you so much trouble that you're not going to appreciate the suffering. That it would feel like when you're holding the guitar like this and trying to learn scales, and your fucking arms jerking off, and your fucking arms hitting you, and your fucking guitar's falling all over. It's suffering. It's suffering for no reason. So yeah, that's the thing. And yeah, so the other thing I want to tell you is that you always want to make sure, use your Tai Chi. You don't have to be a Tai Chi master to understand basic fucking physics. You want to be in a place where you're relaxed, right? The more relaxed you are, the more energy you have to put in your playing. There's no fucking way I can play all this. I can't do that if I'm fucking tense, right? Does that make sense? Am I just talking to myself? Everybody get disconnected? I'm giving fucking away all the secret fucking knowledge of the ninja guitar players, and everybody's fucking disconnected? Is that how it goes? They all left to fucking go jerk off the instruments? Who am I talking to still? What? Yeah. Yeah, seriously. The next thing is very important. I want you to play, here, you're just going to play the third, the dots are frets. They're always odd numbers. So start on the 3, go to 5, and go to 7. Okay? And I want you to look at your fingernails, and you press them. And when you see your fingernails are changing colors, right? You're probably pressing too hard. So the next thing is to learn how to press the string with the bare fucking minimum pressure to make the note not go like, pfft. Watch this. See? That's the minimum. Now listen what happens if it's too hard. Did you hear what happened? So if you press the string too hard, it will bend the note a quarter step, and it sounds like shit and hurts your hands. So the next thing to do is to learn not to press the guitar too hard. Press it as little as possible. I tell my students, look at the color of your fingernails, and don't let the nails change color. Like, they should barely change color. Like, when you touch the string, it should almost not change color. Up and nose. It's literally, like I said, my guitar system came from martial arts. Like, I had no one to teach me. I had no family. My family was evil. And, you know, like, I had to do everything myself. And the only thing I had to understand was karate and a couple of books. There was nobody to teach me. So I just went through how would I apply what I know about, like, body mechanics. And I just figured out, okay, always you conserve energy, you know, always try to fucking make sure your alignment's correct. You know, like, do everything, like, strict. And that was the deal. When you first play, it's going to be uncomfortable. But, and depending on the type of strings you have, how old it is, it's not gonna be fun. It's gonna suck the first couple of days. You're gonna have to build calluses. But you have to understand that the way the frets work, you want to just get the note to just make the right sound. If you press it too little, it won't make a sound. Like, now it's making a sound. Now watch out when I press too hard. It's a fucking half step bend. You see what I'm talking about? So if you hit it too hard, it sounds like shit and you're just hurting yourself. So the next thing is to do less. It's the one time in music where less is more, is how you hold and touch the instrument. Like, do as little as possible. Like, you want to do fucking, like, literally nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to figure out what is the least amount of things I can do to make this thing work. Same as karate, same as Tai Chi. I want to beat the shit out of you. What is the most lazy, stoner, drunk way I can fuck you up? That's why I got so good, and why I was so, because like I'm always looking for what's the closest angle, what's the easiest way for me to hit you, and you can't do anything about it. You know, same with an instrument. You want to figure out, okay, I'm in the proper stance. Do I have my proper guard? You know, play guitar. It's literally Tai Chi. There's something called play guitar, right? Strum the lute. It's literally strum the lute. It's literally strum the lute in Tai Chi. So that's the next important thing, and nobody talks about this on the internet. You know what I mean? They go over the most fundamental things, and they get stuck. And like, you know, you see people who are really good, but they're fighting the instrument. If you're fighting the instrument, you know, it's like, yeah, you can look at UFC, right? There's really shitty technique, but if you train a shitty technique over and over again, you can make it work, right? You have guys that don't have great boxing, but they're lifting weights and punching all the fucking time. You get hit with that, it's going to fucking suck. It's not great technique, but they train bad technique to make it work, right? There's a lot of great guitar players who are professionals who have really shitty fundamentals. You know, and even Steve Vai had fucking surgery in his hands because, like, you know, he didn't do the right technique. Even though he's like a god on guitar, when he was growing up, he was doing all kinds of weird shit because he didn't understand body mechanics. You know what I mean? So those are the things everyone overlooks, you know? And like, you're going to see a lot of people, if you get into like metal stuff, they have so many weird, and now everything's about pick slanting. Like, they want you to slant the pick, and it's cheating. It's just fucking cheating. Pick slanting's fucking gay. I don't do any pick slanting, right? So it's like pick slanting when you take the pick and you make it go like this to sweep. It's fucking gay. You'll never see me do that. Right? I have an angle about 30 degrees, and I just go over the top of the string. Because, again, do less. If I don't have to change my technique to do something, why would I? So if I want to sweep, why would I do some weird angle thing? Because I want to be able to do that also picking. You can notice like my hand doesn't change, right? So if I alternate pick, which is up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, or if I go down, 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 you can't tell the difference. I'm sorry. That's alternate picking. Sweep picking. So I'm going to do one alternate, one sweep picking, okay? Alternate. You know what I mean? So you shouldn't have to do anything extra. And that's the fucking problem. If you're doing like 50 different fucking techniques, and then these people cry about inside picking and outside picking, and it's because your fucking picking is gay. They'll use like this much fucking pick, and they're underneath the strings, and they're like, I can't get out of the string. It's like stupid shit. Does that make sense? Always do less. So you don't need to play, you know, when I was a little kid, I wanted to play like this. I heard like Bach and Beethoven and Thundercats. I wanted to put them together, and it sounds stupid. I didn't know anything about anything else. I was like 3-4 years old. I wanted to put Thundercats, wiggle, 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 wow, with the fucking Beethoven. That's all I knew. I didn't know anything else. And that was what I had in my head my whole life. You don't need to play that fast. But if you understand the mechanics of how that's done, then when you play slow, your life is easier. You're like going fucking retarded. You know what I mean? Now, I do pick slant when I'm down picking, just because I'm lazy and my hand's relaxed. But it's not because I'm trying to slant the picks, it's just because I'm lazy and my hands is just hanging down. You know what I mean? But you don't need to. You know, it's just because I get lazy and I'm just resting. But when I start soloing, my pick is flat as fuck. I used to want to play like anime openings. Yeah, that's cool. So my point is, you want to play that kind of shit. You know, you can do that, but if you learn this first, as you're learning the chords and the scales, everything will be so much easier. Because you're not fighting. If you're sitting there holding like this, first of all, you're jerking the guitar off, and then you're hitting your body. You're holding the guitar with your fucking forearm, and then your shoulder. You wind up tired. You sit like this, you don't get tired. You know, you can just chill, right? You don't press the strings too hard. You know, everything's relaxed. If you can start there, it's like the most important lesson you'll ever get in your life. It's not too advanced. It's not too advanced. What you gotta think of is like, well, okay, for instance, like, yeah, it's too advanced for you right now, but if you practice like every other day for 30 minutes, in a year you'll be able to play like that. You have to focus on exactly that. And that's what you're saying, what's the right way? In the beginning of today, he was asking, what's the right way to learn how to play? The right way to learn how to play is first, spend the first month learning proper alignment and how to do the most basic things with ease. Basic chords, and make sure they feel comfortable. And I'm not talking about your fingertips, because that's going to take a couple of days before they die. But I'm talking about like not hurting yourself. And then like learn chords and scales. So learn, you know, major, minor scale, and pentatonic scale. That's it. That's all there is. You know what I mean? But, you know, if you learn a couple of chords, you learn a G chord, you learn a C chord, you learn a D chord, in an A chord, you already know half fucking songs ever made. You know what I mean? But then you go into like the, you know, the jazzy shit. A lot of that's just like repeating stuff. Like, you know, when you'll see what I mean. I want to like make sure you get the basics, because this stuff I wish people would have told me when I first started. Because I had to, like, you know, like the first 3 months was hell. You know, but yeah, holding position, minimum pressure, learn some basic chords, and make sure that when you learn the chords, you're using the minimum pressure. You know what I mean? Minimum pressure. And there's all kinds of like weird systems, but like for instance, cage system, right? You have to learn these cowboy chords first. You know, like that kind of shit. I don't really use that. I think the cage system is kind of gay, but it does teach you like these weird inversions. But like 2 of them are repeating. It's just stupid. But I went the hardcore scale like fucking virtuoso route. Yeah, I used to charge fucking like $100 an hour 20 years ago, bro. But no, but the thing is, if you learn this shit, your life, it'll be enjoyable, you know? Like, because honestly, you learn how to sit and it feels right. It's something in your soul feels right. You know, you feel the zhongding, you feel the balance, and just everything feels good. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then when you see the video in Cage, they make it so complicated. You know, you just learn your basic cowboy chords. You have a C chord, you have an A chord, you have a G chord, you have an E chord, and you have a D chord. And then those shapes repeat. So here's your G chord, here's the E chord, A chord, right? What the fuck it is, yeah. A shape. Is that what it is? Yeah, then you have a D shape, and fucking the C shape, or the G shape, whatever the fuck it is, I don't remember. No, I'm sorry, no, I'm backwards because we're starting on the G, right? Because I'm playing in E minor. So we start cages on G. Here's a G shape, right? And there's an E shape, there's a D shape, there's a C shape. Here you go. That's the cage thing. It's just basically, you play these chords all over the place. I don't really use it because I think it's fucking stupid. Because I already learned all the scales and the patterns, and I see the guitar in like these diagonal straight lines. Because what I thought about was, how does a violinist play and how do people sing? And then I also realized early on that the two string groups sound different. So like if you want to sound like more like a person singing or something, or like a Chinese instrument or a violin, you got to think of two string groups because the winding makes it sound different. So like the cage thing and all that kind of doesn't make sense to me because I wanted to play like, scary neoclassical shit. So I started thinking guitar this way, and this way. Because like this sounds better than, right? It sounds better than So listen to the difference in the string. It just sounds different, So that's just, my autism kicks in. That's what it is. Does that make sense? Yeah, I'll show you your first scale. Yeah. So you go 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, and you do that. And here's another rule for you. If you lay your fingers down, your pinky on the 7th fret, okay? This will be 5th position. It sounds different, right? So that's why I play the way I do, because you get articulation. But anyway, if you lay your fingers down, wherever the middle finger is, that's like the 5th, like the position, and then the index finger is the one that's allowed to slide in and out. These 3 fingers, they always work in the same place. So you don't, generally, unless you're an idiot like me, you don't spread over here. You spread over here in the first finger. So this is like the most natural way to use your hand. But I do stupid shit, and you shouldn't copy because you can hurt yourself. Don't do that, because you have to that can hurt you. But having your fingers line up in the frets, every fret has a responsibility, and the index finger could slide it in and out. So if you understand that, then I just play 1, 3, 1, 3, 5, 3, 4, 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, right? And then from here, that's an octave, and I do the same thing. Now the pinky is an octave, and do the same thing. Position means when your hand is anchored, whatever the middle finger's on. Right, so this is 5th position, right? And then my index finger can move in and out. When I slide, now I'm in 6th or 7th, whatever the fuck it is. Normally when people say position. But yes, to a normal person, yes, my 3 fingers are responsible for this group of frets, and my index finger can move in and out. You don't want to stretch between the pinky or the middle 2 fingers often. Like sometimes you'll see people playing like this, but it's better if you play with the index finger moving. It's more natural for your hand. You know what I mean? Like there's exceptions to the rule, but for a beginner, it's a lot better if you let these fingers stay on a fret and they have a responsibility to that fret, and the first finger moves in and out. It's the easiest, safest thing for you to do. After a while, when you learn stuff, you can break the rules. But for a beginner, don't break these rules. You know what I mean? If you're playing scales. Keep your pinky, index finger, ring finger, and middle finger, and only stretch the first one. So if I play like traditional 3-string scales with it'd be like this. Make sense? So it just works out better that way. Now I do some weird shit because you also do this way. That's how I learned it in college. But I play 4-note per string scales, and nobody does that. And I trained for that, so like you can hurt yourself if you do what I do. So I'll do this. Don't do that, because you'll fucking literally hurt yourself. You know what I mean? Like the stuff that I do, like I treat it like kung fu, and like when I got my black belt, there was nothing else to do, so I started doing stuff you're not supposed to do. You understand? Like for instance, like a blue scale. People play blue scales like in boxes, like this. I go like this. Yeah, I'll do some stupid shit. You know, like, yeah, so I'll stretch every finger. So I have, like, you know, I'll stretch everything. And you shouldn't do that. So, like, I'll do this. So for me, this is, like, you know. That can actually hurt you. Like, you have to train for that shit. And it can fuck you up. Don't do that. There's a reason why guitar players don't play 4-note per string scales. You can really fuck yourself up really bad. Don't do that. So you'll see me do that all the time. I go. Don't do that. You know what I mean? This is stupid. Like, because imagine I played professionally for years. I wanted just, what else can I, there's nothing else for me to do. Don't do that. You will hurt yourself. You'll fuck your fingers up. You'll fuck your tendons up. Don't do it. You know what I mean? So yeah, the basic rule is each finger is responsible for a fret. The index finger is allowed to stretch. And that's it. So any scale I'll do that way. See what I'm talking about? Notice how this finger's the only one that's stretching. Now here, I'll sometimes do this stretch, but you notice I'm still only doing this. These fingers aren't moving out. It's just... Yeah, don't do that. You will fucking hurt yourself. At least for the first 2 years. Don't even think about shit like that. Until you like work your hands out, because you don't want tendonitis or tendinosis. It'll fucking your joint problems. You'll really fuck yourself up. It's not fun. You know what I mean? I've never had that kind of injury before. I do crazy stupid shit, so that's why I don't have it. But yeah, so each finger has a responsibility, and then only the index finger can move. So when you learn scales, I don't care if it's pentatonic scale, you'll learn the box pentatonic scale. Right? If I do this, technically, I just moved only this finger. Because this is the finger that's still shifting, right? Is a way of looking at it. You don't want to be stretching these fingers and this finger. So like this stretch and this stretch, you have to really work on. It can fuck your hand up. But if you're a mutant like me, you can do that. You know what I mean? But do you really need to? No. Like, nobody cares about that shit, bro. Like, honestly, nobody cares. Like, I play that shit because it's fun. Like, if I want to impress people, I'll be like this. Like, I do that crazy, like, solo-y stuff because it's fun for me. Nobody gives a fuck about that. No one cares about that shit. You know what I mean? Like, it makes me happy. But yeah. So when I'm learning the scale, the stretch should only be. Yeah. So when you're learning scales, you should never stretch anything other than the index finger. For the first 2 years, don't do that. There's no reason to. It doesn't help you anyway. There's really no. These 3 fingers get assigned the fret, and this finger stretches, and then you could shift when you do the octaves. But when you shift to a new position, positions are always marked by your middle finger, and these fingers don't do anything. So if I do like the standard college way of doing it, you see this. Shift. Shift. Make sense? I'll shift, but when I shift positions, these fingers don't change. That's all. Does that make sense? Is there a specific anatomical region? Like, is the index finger less prone? It's you know what it is? It's that these 2 fingers, most people can't do this. See how I can move my fingers individually? Most people can't do that. Like, if you could wiggle your pinky finger without your other fingers, most people can't do that. I'm a mutant, right? So the reason is because most people, these fingers work together, and then when these fingers pull, this finger is kind of connected to the second finger can work together with both, but it doesn't like to stretch separate of the third. So these 3 fingers kind of work together, and these 2 fingers work together. So you look kind of like a fucking reptile kind of thing. So like these 2 fingers are kind of bound, and these 2 fingers are bound. So this can stretch to the thumb and can stretch to the middle finger, but the other fingers don't like to stretch. It's just a thing. Does that make sense? That's what I was trying to explain to you. So, Tai Chi that's the thing about real Tai Chi, like Yang style specifically. Yang style is a bastard style that has stolen from all the major like animal styles. There's mantis in it, there's fucking tiger, there's crane, there's fucking snake, there's hawk, there's dragon style, there's fucking baji, tongbei. If you really understand the old Chinese martial arts, everything's in it. But when you look at the articulation of the hand, first of all, single whip is mantis. Play guitar is mantis. In Yang style, anyway. The Yang style, it's so close to the mantis. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's very close. Right? So I was talking about before, if I relax my hand, I get this articulation. And we call that Southern Dragon in my style. Right? Where this is Northern Dragon, this is Southern Dragon. Right? Kind of like a dragon holding a pearl and it wraps his hand. And you get this. Right? So you have the north and the south. And if you change that to the mantis hook, you just continue it and add tension, you get the mantis hook. Does that make sense? So if you just relax, you get this. But if you add tension, you get that hook from the mantis. Yeah, the mantis, they were jamming out back then, bro. So play guitar, strum the lute from Tai Chi is literally fucking mantis. And people can argue about that, but that's what it is. Like 100%. I gotta make room for the whiskey. I'll be right back. Oh, no doubt. But yeah, bro, congratulations. You got your first guitar lesson. Now you're ready for the fucking YouTube geeks. I had to make room for my fucking next shot of whiskey, bro. I do have a bladder. I am a human. Good, bro. That's what that's like. You know, I pass on the fucking the gift. The guitar is a fucking, you know, God sent us this instrument. That's all I can tell you. Yeah. So, congratulations. Welcome to the fucking world of being a guitar player. You're now a guitar player. All right, let's fucking try this. I want to do this one because I like this track. It's not a jam track. It's some fucking AI shit, but I like it, so we're gonna do it. Let me grease the guitar up and take a shot of whiskey. Let's fucking blast this thing. fun. Okay. Another shot. It's a pink moon. Oh, God. Hope I'll be able to go to sleep tonight. Is that E flat? That's cool. That makes me happy. dun, dun.
Nine flames burning in the dark, 9 names carved upon the stone, 9 daughters of a broken oath, 9 souls too far from home. We knelt beneath the dying sky. We never saw the chains of smoke. We never heard the ravens cry. The rosary deep that cursed night. The altar took what he had sworn. And we left the light. Our white rose black and slowly torn. She took the house of silver thread. She took our names and gave us duty. We in the halls of endless day, condemned to so-called dark beauty. We are the daughters of the tyranny. We are the last of what we want. We light the candles for the dying. With smiles we bear around. Centuries of rush and silence. Centuries of burning coal. We are the daughters of the tyranny. Nine flames burning, growing old. I watch my sisters one by one fade into the hollow dark. I held their faces in my hands and felt them losing every spark. Until their smile so wondered with golden light unrolling thread. And in my light I saw the fears I so wondered. I saw her dead. These halls alone, the last one left who knows our name. I reach for her, but she walks on. Her eyes like ash, her face the same. I hold my hand to my chest and mouth the words she cannot hear. I am the last, I am the light, I am the thing that disappears. We are the daughters of the tyranny. We are the lost of what we want. We light the candles for the dying. With smiles we carry on. Centuries of rush and silence. Centuries of burning coal. We are the daughters of the tyranny. Nine flames
That's close enough for a drunk guy and fucking whatever the fuck. Good enough. Alright, I think I'm almost done. Yeah, I really just wanted to practice for like a half hour, an hour. It's getting late. Is anybody still here? Or am I talking to myself? I'm gonna probably just go to sleep. I think I'm done. Let me, if they give me my little classical, oh good, that's what I wanted to see. I want to do this one before I go to sleep. I can practice. Okay. That's acceptable. I think I'm done. I think I'm done. I gave free guitar lessons. I got my fucking practice in. We got 9 likes. People like me. Appa, do you know people like me, Appa? You don't care, do you? I'm talking to you. Appa. Yeah, do you know people like me? 9 people like me. You don't give a fuck, do you? You don't care. Okay, I don't care. Alright, I think I'm done. It's been fun. I did my community service. I help people play guitar. I brought them to the dark side. I'm gonna go eat Chinese food and watch anime and go to sleep. Alright. See you guys later.